And various other locations. I just wanted to take a moment to talk about the earthquake that happened in Turkey on Sunday here. First of all, they say it's a 7.3 magnitude earthquake. There was a video that was the first video I saw about the earthquake in Turkey. And it had this little graphic on it, and it said, "May God be with you and our prayers." And I thought that meant a lot, because I don't know anybody in Turkey. One of the things I wanted to talk about was just that, that graphic. And so that meant a lot, probably to many of the people there who were involved in the earthquake. And that is one of the points that I want to get across to people, and across to Americans. I want Americans to know that God is the answer. And so how much that meant to me was that it means that America is waking up and understanding that God is the answer. And because God is the answer, He is the answer. And so that meant a lot. So, if we don't think about all the details of the situation or anything, just pray. And then you will know that it will be taken care of. And it doesn't matter what the news organizations or anybody says about it. But what matters, it does matter what I say. But to a certain extent, it doesn't. But to a certain extent, yet it does. But the point that I'm trying to get across is that you cannot always get that point across to everybody. That's not an easy point to get across to everybody. But since Americans are waking up and Americans are realizing that God is the answer, they won't care what everybody says about it, what the news organizations say about it. They won't care about that, but they will care about what God tells them about it. And that prayer, I want you to know that prayer is the answer for this situation that's going on in Turkey, and God is the only way they will be able to get through this situation and get back on their feet in Turkey. You can always email me, andrew.tapshow@ymail.com, or you can go to our website, www.theandrewphillipsprogram.blogspot.com.
Abi ben olayda haberim yok. Tamam. Ben konuşuyorum. Ben konuşuyorum. Tamam. Abi ben tamam.
It's been another night of unrest on the streets of Istanbul, and as dawn broke there was no let-up in the clashes between police and protesters. Officers using water cannon and tear gas to try to break up the demonstrations. But still, they keep coming. This morning, hundreds of people marched along the Bosphorus Bridge to try to reach the main square, and this former park now set to become a shopping centre, and where the protests began 2 days ago. Police had used smoke bombs and pepper spray to try to end a peaceful sit-in to protect the green space, and it's anger at what is seen as these heavy-handed tactics that sparked the unrest. All night in Turkey's largest city, the police fought running battles with the protesters, and the demonstrations have also spread to the nation's capital. This was Ankara this morning, as supporters were stopped from marching on the parliament. The protests have now turned into wider anti-government demonstrations against a prime minister many say is too authoritarian. And 48 hours on, in both cities, the standoff continues. Nick Thatcher, ITV News.